Middelbro to kick off against the Chelsea side that would go 8th in the table should they win today. There's plenty of belief at Stamford Bridge that European qualification is possible through league placing. Newton. Chelsea in blue, Middlesbrough in red, but both teams are wearing white socks, which is a little bit of concern to the referee. Neither would change when a request was made. Peacock. Really has been a change in circumstance for Middlesbrough, but a lot of their decline can be put down to the bad luck that they've had with injuries. Trying to bed into Brian Robson's instructions here today. Barmby, and Piotr was wrong-footed. Immediately the ball ran through to Kevin Hitchcock. Craig Hignett sprinted to a wide position on the right to defend and try and keep Terry Phelan in check. Sinclair. Steve Clark, that was a bit sloppy. And Barmby! Well, Kevin Hitchcock had to come out and present a barrier to Nick Barmby then. Cox. Middlesbrough trying to keep the pressure on. Now Steve Clark in particular will be relieved that that came to nothing in the end to harm Chelsea.
They don't really clear their lines. If Steve Clark, as it drops to him, tries to play a pass, maybe should have hooked it. But then Barmby gets behind Lee here. Now, does he just, the left hand on his shoulder, does it just do enough to allow his goalkeeper to get out? Obviously, if you're Chelsea, that's good defending.
This is Hullet. Petrescu expecting a ball play to the right. It didn't come. He's still waiting. Spencer has seen him. Here he is, the Romanian. Important piece in the Glenn Hoddle jigsaw. Hullet. Furlong! Oh, and Gavin Peacock needed only to make contact and Chelsea would have been in front.
Well, that's a wonderful piece of football from Chelsea. No wonder they're standing around the ground applauding it. It's times like this as a neutral, moves like that deserve goals. All about Chelsea. Spencer drops deep, threads it to Petrescu with a lovely long ball. Who joins up? It's Hullet. Look at Peacock's run. As he's played it, he's going to come in here, through there, and he's only fractionally away from giving the lead. But it's a wonderful flowing move, and when Hullet gets wide on this right side, he really does produce quality crosses into the box.
Here's Petrescu. Now, where did Walsh make contact there? No flag from the linesman.
I thought he was just in the box and he made contact. I think the pictures show there that was absolutely right.
Cox. Sinclair's pass is a crisp one to Spencer. Hullet wanting some movement to the right. For once, Petrescu's a little late on parade. Here he is now. Spencer's run. Is it going to be Spencer's goal? It's in the end. Paul Furlong also trying to finish it off, and Middlesbrough bypassed him.
Well, had he got more on it, John Spencer would have scored. I don't know whether he had well, one eye on the goalkeeper and one eye on the ball, but he didn't get enough on the header. Now, this linesman in the near side's been kept busy with decisions. Should it be offside, should it not? That again is a very tight decision, but this time he allowed play to go on.
Back go Middlesbrough again. Four in place, the midfield three in place, and others further forward defending, but now Morris just press by Petrescu's run, and then by Peacock's challenge. Pull it. Peacock. Emphatically out for a corner by Little. Chelsea come again.
It's all about patience at times for Chelsea today. You just got to keep knocking on the door, keep doing the things they believe in.
Well, it's gone all the way through from Gavin Peacock.
Now, how does that get through? Ritchie's in an offside position. I don't think there's any doubt of that. Whether his class is interfering with play, I don't know. He's right in front of the goalkeeper. We'll see it again. Again, it's not good delivery. They get lucky here. It's a poor delivery, but not a great header. But look at Rudhula, right in front of the goalkeeper. He might well claim he's unsighted. I think he might have a case. As this is hit out, is Rudhula active? I think he might well be, but you know, I don't know. Look at his position. Hit back in. Can the goalkeeper see it? Not till very late.
Well, they're trying to tilt this offside law to favour attacking play and goal getting. No offside here. Petrescu for Spencer. Is it going to be number 2? There it is. Chelsea have caught fire now.
Well, they're threatened to do this from the first minute, haven't they? Getting a runner in. And he's threatened to gain contact with one of these balls, and Petrescu picks him out so sweetly again. And the gap appears for Spencer. Look at the gap between the centre-backs. It's hopelessly at sea. Now, this isn't all cut and dried when John Spencer picks it up. He's got a bit of work to do because he drifts a little bit wider than he might have wanted. But when you talk about the ability to go across the goalkeeper and drive it into the bottom corner, well, Spencer showed he had the ability necessary.
Petrescu on the move again. Spencer radiating energy around him. Hullet. Again, sensible positioning from Newton. Keeps the move going. Makes himself available again. Really very much a steady Eddie.
You watch him pass it now, Martin. We're quite happy to pass after pass now.
And that's a great ball from Lee to Petrescu, and it could easily have been 3.
Well, that might well have been one of the goals of the season. Might have gone in. Talked about David Lee's ability, short and long passes. This is a great ball, and again, they're threatening offside, and they're not getting it right at all. And unlike Spencer, Petrescu in a similar sort of position can only drag it wide.
David Lee, of course, has had spells in the Chelsea team before, but it's never been a very consistent Chelsea side that he's been in. He's an individual who's blossoming as the collective unit blossoms for Glenn Hoddle. They put the passes together once more. Spencer through to Hullet. Peacock's in the centre. It's Peacock. Great play.
That's magnificent goal. Absolutely magnificent. No wonder he's happy. And that's what you call unselfish from Hullet. Could have taken it on himself, but says, no, I've played my part. And what a part he played. Now, Peacock might have been a yard offside, I'm not sure. Hullet certainly wasn't. And look at the way he just rolls it across and says to Gavin Peacock, here you go, mate, have another. But even John Spencer's part played in the goal. Dropped deep and plays a lovely ball through Hullet. He gave him a rocket about 10 minutes ago, John Spencer. Not this time. Played the ball perfectly and then just ripped Middelborough wide open. Wonderful football. Difference a goal makes.
Steve Cooper had a very good view of that. It was the ball taken on the chest by Steve Vickers. Fjortoft. Well, it was going to dip in under the bar.
Well, it was speculative. It was on the edge of the 6-yard box, and I'm thinking he's going to deal with that quite comfortably, but in all honesty, he had to really be at his full to reach this and just get the fingertips to Kevin Hitchcock.
Chelsea with 3 goals in a 10-minute spell, suddenly the dominant force in this Premiership match. 2 for Gavin Peacock. John Spencer also a scorer and heavily involved as well. Well, off goes Petrescu. There's the range in the pass. Tremendous accuracy. Petrescu furlong. There's an end product as well. And Chelsea carve out another splendid goal.
Now, this is just glittering stuff. And that man in this shot is right in the middle of it all. Look at him, just looks up. You know it's coming. You know he's going to launch it 40, 50 yards. Look at it, absolutely inch perfect. Great run on the outside. I think it's from Spencer. Furlong's still got a bit to do, but such is his confidence now that when an off-foot ball comes across, look at Spencer's run round the back. That helps it. Now, he's got to deal with a difficult ball. He deals with it well, balances himself, and that's a great finish.
Middelbrook on the wrong end of a hiding here. Phelan. Some quality control from Hignett. Yurtov still working hard up front to try and make himself available. Spencer, Peacock chasing. Walsh has hesitated. Peacock reaches it. Middlesbrough are all over the place. And Gavin Peacock has scored a hat-trick for Chelsea.
Well, I look up, Martin, and I don't know who's playing these balls. 1 minute it's Hewlett, 1 minute it's Clark, and again, John Spencer looks up. I have to say I'm a bit surprised the goalkeeper doesn't come. There's Spencer. He plays a lovely ball in, but surely Walsh has got to come out here. He backs off, and decides to come too late. Peacock's almost 4 yards from goal when he knocks this in. Goalkeeper must be coming out here, collecting a comfortable ball. He does it, and Peacock's got his hat-trick.
Well, Gary Walsh is shell-shocked, and he's not the only one for Middlesbrough today. It's a high 5 for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Pearson. Brian Robson is watching his team crumble in front of him here. And Gavin Peacock in particular piling on the agony.
Some of the football has been glittering, I have to say that. And it's a performance of lights, and I can quite honestly say this, in my 5 years that we've been doing this, it's a performance of lights of which I've never seen at Stamford Bridge from a Chelsea side. I think that's the quality in it.
Morris, Wilkinson. That wasn't far away. And Chris Morris keeping his chin up.
That's close. Lovely little giving goal. It's always swerving past. Beats Hitchcock, but also beats the post.
Well, it's not just about getting the team right, it's getting the squad right, and I suppose shortcomings from Middlesbrough have been exposed in that respect. They had the team right at the start of the season. Their defensive record was fantastic. I think that's 4 goals conceded in the first 10 games. The team was unaltered except for the goalkeeper in that spell. When injuries have come up and changes have had to be made, it's been a downward spiral for Middlesbrough. Spencer. Petrescu's in the centre, well played ball, start time. Stopping the ball, getting across the face of the goal where Petrescu was waiting. Talk about Norwich City and comparisons with their force and grace last season. One thing in Middlesbrough's favour, of course, there are 4 less league games this season. So their 33 points at this stage has got to be judged in that context.
What are they, man? About 10 ahead of Coventry? 23 if Coventry got. We've got some points to play with.
Sheffield Wednesday actually went down in a 38-game league programme with 43 when Ron Atkinson was manager. Wilkinson! Oh, unlucky. He has a crack. It doesn't come as close as Paul Wilkinson did.
Well, he hits it really well. Paul Wilkinson just drifts into a bit of space behind Alan Johnson, who gets caught a little bit ball watching. Again, the swerve takes it away from Hitchcock, but much like Chris Morris's shot, doesn't take it inside the post. You see, it's always bending away. It's away from the keeper. It's always, wow, so close.
It's a great win for Glenn Hoddle and his players. Chelsea continue their climb. Gavin Peacock really caught the eye with his hat-trick. Ruud Gullit, impressive again. And Chelsea continue to conquer their traditional problem of lack of consistency. John Spencer and Paul Furlong, the other goal scorers. Comprehensive revenge for that defeat on the day they were the first visitors to Middlesbrough's Riverside Stadium. And everyone has stayed on here to see Chelsea off and give them the ovation that they thoroughly deserve, Andy.
It's been a wonderful performance, Martin. After 29 minutes, you couldn't have dreamt what would lay ahead of us. But for the next half hour, some of the football was just breathtaking. The way they passed and moved and kept possession. And not only that, what they did today, they added an end product to it. That's what people have talked about has been missing. But today they showed everyone that they can pass it, they can keep it, but they can also produce an end product.
Life less optimistic for Middlesbrough now. A sixth consecutive Premiership defeat, mitigating circumstances perhaps, but worrying times for Brian Robson. Gavin Peacock has the match ball as a splendid souvenir.